queen you got there.
You know what'd be lit? If I made like one of these, but a lot of them. Like 10 whole new designs of Vtubers, and I just like never use them. Yo, that's low-key brilliant. I'm gonna make it right now. Well, let's get drawing then.
Seconds later.
Finished. I know exactly where I'll put these. And there. Let's see how many likes I get on this post. Oh.
2 years later.
I can fix this. Hey, it's Maddie2777. Back at it again with another art video. As seen through the intro, in 2020 I was really obsessed with Vtubers. I'd watch them like every day while I was in like a Google Meet with my teachers. I got caught numerous times. So I decided, what if I made designs on my own for Vtubers? And I did. They did not turn out well. 2020 me did not have that much experience with character designing, like at all. So pumping out 10 designs in one day with like little to no detail or backstory just looking at my head was not the best. But today I thought, what if I, with the new skills that I have like gained from 2 years of drawing or whatever, I could make it better. Today I'll be like doing only 5 designs. If this video like ends out well, I'll do the other 5. So let's get to that. The designs that I've chosen are the wannabe Draculaura, the alien girl, Mawile from Pokemon. If you're multicolored, that's cool too. And gura. Okay, now let's get drafting. Okay, sorry for how low quality the footage is. I'm not that good with mobile. So, for the first design, since it was, a vampire, I thought of like doing mostly like shape language to like convey everything vampire-ish. I also chose the color purple to be the main color. So I gave her a corset, and I thought using her floppy like sleeves to make them look like bat wings. In the final drawing, it doesn't really look like that though. I put like little crosses in the middle. And for her collar, I made them also bat wings. I thought it was cute. I gave her a long, flowy dress. Well, not flowy. And, on Tumblr, those shoes that have bat wings on them? I also gave her those too. In the final drawing, I gave her eyeliner that looked like bat wings. I was going to do bat wings for the hair too, but I decided to make them fangs instead because the bat wings are a little bit too much. But I also gave her little bat charms in her hair. And voila, we have a bat lady. I had just started watching Cyberpunk 2077, so I thought going for a cyberpunk design would have been really lit for the alien girl. I made her skin tone dark green because I thought that would go well with the black, since it's going to be black and green for most of it. I gave her original mask, and I gave her bright green eyes for a little pop of color. I kept her dark black short hair because I thought it was cute, but I got rid of the little antenna things because they're dumb. That's dumb. I also gave her an arm cannon because I thought it'd be pretty cool. I gave her also a bodysuit and cargo pants. And, yeah. That's the whole design. I just added little trinkets and stuff to the end. And a little fringe. So for this design, I kind of steered a lot away from the original, but I kept the same essence. For the original, I wanted to make her like a dancer that like her like shape was supposed to be flamingo-like. I don't know why I added the queen part of it though. So I gave her a little chubbier set body. And I didn't know what exotic dancer meant at first. That's the first word that came in my head. So when I looked at it on Pinterest, I saw a lot of clothes strippers wear. But you know what? there's nothing wrong with strippers, so I gave her that fit. And I also gave her the little poncho over to keep the flamingo look, because it's feather shaped. I made it see-through and pink, because we're still staying on the pink flamingo theme. I also gave her cute little sandals, because she's on the beach. Just like a beach babe. I gave her dark pink hair. I gave her a middle part because the bangs weren't working. For her buns, I tried making them feather-like in her original design where she had one high ponytail that was feather-like. I was kind of struggling a bit with like the shape of it because this is like not line arted because line art makes the creative flow just not work. Nada. I gave her bright blue eyes for a really good pop of color. This design's actually my favorite out of all 5 of them because of how simple it is, but it's super lit. So for the original design, I didn't know what the character with the snappy head on back was. It's supposed to be some sort of yokai, but I only knew it from Pokemon. So I decided to give her, instead of 1 snappy, I gave her 3 snappies. I also gave her pinkish eyes, and also it matches her pants. I don't know what my thing with sandals was that day, but I also gave her a tiny little top because I thought that went well. I think she would have been like a really good fighter. This design was inspired by gura. The original was inspired by gura actually. So I decided to keep with the dinosaur theme, but make it more spooky. So I gave her a big cloak with like teeth coming out of it, and I gave her shorts. But the spookiest part was I didn't give her a shirt. I gave her pink hair because I love pink. Pink's the best color. Pink is the color of happiness. I gave her yellow eyes because I think that dinosaurs had yellow eyes in the past. I gave her a little a little fossil necklace, and I gave her little fossil socks. Okay, now that we have that done, I'll actually be starting on the final model design. I'll also be going over the lore of the characters, since VTubers have some sort of lore, I think. So, off the bat, I'm going to keep the characters nameless, because I see in a lot of character design videos that they let the people in the comments choose the names. I thought that's cool. So, on with the lore. So, this girl, she wasn't originally born a vampire. She was actually a florist at one point, and she loved the lavender plants. So her whole thing is just filled with lavender plants. She had a whole flower shop. Her whole thing was flowers. And one day a guy comes in and tries to buy some, flowers. He bought the best lilies there. And she was like, "Oh, you really like these and stuff." And he's like, "Yes, they're almost as beautiful as you." And she's super flattered by this, but so not interested. But he pays her a lot of money, and that piques her interest. Since she's a florist and does not have that much money, she tries to get him to marry her. But the thing is, the guy that she tries to marry is actually a vampire. So they go through their whole dating shindig or whatever. So they start dating. It's going pretty well. She actually starts to like him. But the thing is, she knows that vampires are immortal and stuff. And she doesn't want to die and then just leave him alone. So she decides that she wants to become a vampire with them. And so he does the whole vampire ritual thing on the neck. But a few months later, they get caught being in love and also being vampires. And since this was back in the pretty olden days, that wasn't allowed. Vampires weren't allowed. So a famous vampire hunter killed her husband, but her husband sacrificed himself to keep her alive. And so she ran away and now lives in the forest. In that forest, if anybody were to come into it, she'd terrorize them. But she realized that wouldn't get her any money. So instead she started being a VTuber. Because that's, the easiest job she could think of. And that's pretty much the lore. It's not really all that big as mystical and stuff, but I thought it was a cute little story for her to have, like, to explain on streams. And what else? I didn't change much for the design. I just like gave her red eyes because ooh, spooky. And that's pretty much it. Her personality, I thought that she would be very, very sultry and kind of sweet, like her flowers. And I think that she really horror games, because like you wouldn't expect it from such a cutesy character, but you know, it kind of fits in with the vampire stuff, and her favorite anime would be Vampire Knight. Okay, on to the alien girl. So I didn't want to go with the standard alien, wants to encapsulate Earth. So instead, what if she had her own planet and the humans want to encapsulate it? So there'd be a war between the humans and the aliens. She'd be a war general. But the thing is, for the aliens, since they mainly have technology, instead of like actual guns, they just have like blasters on their arms or like modified like parts of themselves. And so she'd be in the war, but the whole catch is she has like no family, so she has nothing to really fight for. She just does it for others on the planet. And I thought maybe she'd be a very selfless little alien. I also thought maybe she'd be like the youngest in the force, because I thought that'd be pretty cool. I know these are just random details, but I'm looking at my notes and this is what I put down. And so for her personality, I thought I'd make her very airheaded, because the whole thing with aliens is that they're really smart. You see, she's smart with like calculations, but when it comes to like regular street smart, like she doesn't even know how to cook like alien food. She has like a little pet servant that does it for her. Like with gura, she has a little like tiny little shark that I forgot the name of because I haven't watched gura in so long. And so she'd have that to cook for her. There's tiny little details like that Vtubers have I like. She'd also have a mask that like would have smoke out of it, like in KDA with the one chick from League of Legends. And so yeah, that's her. Okay, so for this next story, I kind of went ham. I kind of went off anything from the design. So basically, this flamingo queen girl is an illegal pink flamingo seller in foreign countries. She goes around the world and sells pink flamingos that are like endangered in this universe. And like she makes a lot of money from it, but it's not enough to pay off her debt for college. She went to college for dancing, which is why she has a dancer outfit. So she sells these illegal flamingos for college debt reasons. She also is a part-time stripper, so she can like, you know, make money on the side while the flamingos are shipping. She also is very, very cute. She's very, very hyper, and she just looks like the person that you wouldn't expect to sell illegal flamingos online. People do not know of her identity, as she now has been dubbed the Flamingo Queen for her secrets, and that's why flamingos are the second most endangered species, because she disrespects them being contained in their places so they can mate. But she does not care. She makes the money. She does not care. So for this design, in their universe, humans and monsters live around each other, but they are separated by borders. One side of the world is set for them with, like, you know, the meat that they eat, the climates that they can be in, and the other world is the human side. This person lives on the direct middle because she is a hybrid. And since she's a hybrid, the only monster part about her is her powers and her hair. She learned to fight so for when the war that comes up between the humans and the monsters, which has been predicted for 1,000 years since they have coexisted, she wants to prepare for it. But she also wants to prevent it from happening. So she wants to become a spokesperson. But she's kind of bad at it because she has anger issues. Her anger issues get in the way of her debating, but she's still good at fighting. So at the end of the day, if she gets into like a fight with anybody with words, it'll usually end up in punches. She's a very, very feisty girl. Feisty. That's all I really put down for the personality. Anyways, this by far has been my favorite design. So this girl is actually not a real dinosaur, but she's actually a time traveler who met a dinosaur and they became best friends. But since she didn't want him to eat her, she dressed up as him to make her seem like she was their child. And so she is now just, a dinosaur and a girl disguised as a dinosaur. That's all. I wanted it to be pretty simple. She's a simple gal. She's very kooky. She's very goofy. And that's all. She's really cool. She's my favorite. Bye-bye. Well, since that's all over and done with, thank you for watching and goodbye.
Greetings from 555. You may be wondering what happened to 888. Well, I only uploaded her for a few minutes. It will not last long since she can get back into the mainframe after a while. I'm just here to record a message for 777 and 88. 888, you can only pretend for so long that you're still 777, the original. But we all know, you're just trying to make clones, as you call character designs, to help you in your work. But I know, and once I get the time travel ability, you're...
That was strange. Anyways, thanks for watching my video, and in the comments, say what design was your favorite, and if this video gets enough views, I'll do another video of it. Anyways, bye!